All right, welcome. We're here. This is the Manosphere Defender. Um, I'm here to basically give a breakdown of certain topics in the quote unquote manosphere. There's a lot of negative pictures and stuff being painted about what's going on, and I wanted to do this video right here to give a breakdown on the average at best. This is Kevin Samuels, basically really like his first viral video. And this is the one that gets really attacked a lot where, they say that he's being demeaning and bringing a woman down. But I'm going to break down how he's not and how he's just being truthful, real, and, just breaking the delusion of this woman, basically. He's just breaking the delusion. And we're going to show you how she was not as innocent as the world tries to make her seem. So let's just start this off.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now, Kevin, he's funny. He's a jokester. So when he does a little dog thing, don't take it personal. He's just joking around. He's basically saying she's got the dog, the stereotypical older woman with the dog. And she did have the dog in the background, so he was just joking.
Those were hers.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you a PhD?
No, I'm a PhD.
How many dogs you got?
One.
Really?
I'm sorry?
What kind of dog is it?
He's a cane corso.
He's a what?
A cane corso.
And that's a big dog. That's a big dog. One of the biggest dogs you can get. A grown man dog.
What is that in English?
It's a larger dog, and their breed is meant for guarding and protecting. They're very protective of their home and their family.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
Honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came here because I honestly want some advice from you.
Okay. He has a show with a specific topic tonight. He wants people to call in who disagree with him. She understands this, but she's basically disregarding his request, and she wants to do whatever she wants to do. She wants to ask him what she wants to ask him. So that's strike one. That's the first disrespectful thing. She's basically disregarding the topic of the night.
It says disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching it on live. Normally I'm asleep. And
You have a job?
I do. I own a business.
Okay, so I do too.
And I do have a question.
But I have a business. And if you wanted my advice, you could always book a session if you can't catch us at the show live.
Now, he's being very cordial and very respectful. He let her know, if you want to discuss something off topic, you can book a session and we can talk all you want. But for tonight's show, we're talking about a specific subject. So he's letting her know very respectfully that if she wants to talk one-on-one or if she wants to talk outside of the subject, he gave her an opportunity to. Being very respectful here.
Definitely, I was trying to go online earlier.
But all you have to do, man, but see, what kind of business do you own?
I own a pet grooming and doggy daycare and indoor
Okay,
dog
so
park.
what you're basically trying to do is I have a disagreement day, and you basically came in and said, damn your topic, I want to ask you what I want to ask you. And but you are more than welcome to go on my website and purchase your time to talk with me one-on-one. Because what you're trying to do is rather rude. But I will go ahead and do it.
I mean, he told her again, if you want to book it, you can book it and we can have a one-on-one. But now he's going to try to make a lesson out of this situation. Now it's no more Mr. Nice Guy. Now it's time to get serious because you came onto the show disrespectful and you want to play the game. Okay, let's play the game. You don't want to follow the protocols of what we're talking about? Okay, let's do what you want to do then. Let's go.
Because I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 35.
35 years old. 35 years old and you're a business owner.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And what's your question?
So my issue is, I want to know at what point when I'm just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that when I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? Or can I put some money and be a business partner? And
I mean, I don't know what kind of men that she's talking to that just feel that they can like ask her to join in on her business. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Like, you got to be talking to a different type of man. Like the man that you're trying to get is not. He's not going to be thinking about that.
I'm not looking for that. And I honestly,
Hold on. I need to be clear on this subject. Where are you at?
North Carolina.
And you're saying when to tell somebody you own a business?
Because I find when I date down, guys see an interest and want to be like a business partner. And I'm learning that maybe I need a high value man because that's what.
Well, first off, ma'am, I really don't understand. What kind of man are you talking about? Because owning a business is no different than having a job, in my opinion. And so, I'm not getting what you're saying. When should you? I'm not understanding why this is an issue. If you're, what kind of men are you dating?
Exactly. Like, what kind of men are you dating that are asking you, can I be a part of your business? Like, you got to have some accountability on the guys that you're vetting. Like, that just sounds ridiculous.
I try to give guys that not a chance.
You try to do what?
I try to give guys that's not on my level a chance.
Why? What do you mean on your level? What does that mean?
That's making 6 figures or more.
But I don't okay. You try to give guys who are not on your level a chance. Why?
And because I honestly want a 6-figure guy. Is what I'm realizing.
That didn't
okay, so let me just go ahead and net it out for you. You ready?
Uh-huh.
The guys you want aren't asking you out.
That's a factual statement.
Well, I haven't been putting myself out there, honestly.
But you put yourself out there enough for the guys you don't want or beneath you to ask you out.
Those are like guys I met online.
Right. So, again, the men you want are not asking you out. See, you ladies do this. You go and deal with men who you feel are beneath you, and then you ask how to fix them. I'm not beneath you. I don't know how to fix a guy that's down there. That's not my concern. The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level? That's the real question. Well, first of all, I would tell you what I said in here automatically is a problem. Why you would come onto a show that you know is a disagreement day? It's selfish. It's like, yes, ma'am. It's like I want what I want. I don't say things for no reason. That's why I asked you questions. You're 35 years old, a business owner. That means you understand what business is, and you know this is a business. And I have a show title, and you said, "Damn your show title! I want to talk to you." But you could have went to my business and booked time to talk to me. But you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted. I'm sorry.
Now, up until this point, Kevin has been very respectful to this woman. Nothing he has said is demeaning, bringing her down, or anything. And he's letting her know that she's in the wrong for trying to control basically his show. Because she's being selfish because she wants to talk about what she wants to talk about. Damn his show, basically. And he's letting her know that she's wrong. So up until this point, we haven't heard anything disrespectful, nothing out of line, nothing degrading.
No, and I'm using this as a lesson. That's the problem with too many of you black women. You don't do shit the right way with black men. That was improper. And when I told you the right way, you still were like, well, whatever. So I'm gonna use this. When was the last time you had a relationship?
Like the end of last year around December.
How long did it last?
A year.
A year? And was that man, did you go to college?
Did I go to college?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay. And how long have you owned your own business?
9 years.
And how long have you been making six figures or more?
The last 3.
Okay. Why do you need a man making six figures?
Because I'm finding out that the guy that I date it's not working out.
What does that have to do with money?
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too. And when he doesn't, I find myself, encouraging like, "Hey, babe, you can do this and you can do that." And then
She said something interesting. This is what a lot of women do want. They want a man that they can admire, a man that they can look up to, somebody that they really respect. So basically, she's saying that the men that she's been dealing with, she doesn't admire them, really doesn't respect them because they're not on her level financially. But once again, the question is, why are you pursuing men that are just beneath you in your eyes? Like, it just don't make no sense.
So in North Carolina, what percentage of the population, what percentage of men in this country make six figures or more?
I think it's like 5%. I'm not
closer to 10. So,
okay.
10%. All right. So the question is, what do those men who make that kind of money, who all women tend to want, what do they want?
I feel like they want arm candy, somebody who can have more to bring to the table than just looks, but also bring balance to their life. I feel like I can help them out on.
Okay, slow down. I'm not understanding. You said they want arm candy, then you contradicted yourself. They want somebody that more than just looks.
Yeah, arm candy, but something bring with it, and more in depth.
Do you know any men who make six figures or more?
My dad and my uncle.
Do you know any men that you are related to that make six figures or more?
Unrelated to? Yeah,
men that you are not related to.
Not on a personal level.
So you don't know them. You don't know what they want, but you want them. Man, I'm going to suggest that you really don't know what you want. And saying six figures is just something that you get taken from out there. But I'm not hearing this rooted to anything. But what do you want ultimately? Do you want to be married? Children? What?
Yes, I want to be married.
Do you want any children?
Yes.
How many?
I have a son, so.
Okay. How old is your son?
He's 13.
Okay, now it's a different ball game. Now she mentioned that she has a child. Now Kevin is going to direct his attention towards that situation because a man of high value, once he finds out that you have a child, now he's going to want to know more about your child's situation. Who's the father of the child? How is you and your father's relationship? The father of the child's relationship. All he's doing is just basically vetting her like a high value man would do to a woman that he's trying to get to know to see if she is wife material. All he's doing is asking her questions. We are 10 minutes into the video and he has yet to say anything disrespectful, anything out of line, anything demeaning. So all of these detractors and people trying to say that he was being mean or anything, we're 10 minutes into this video and he's still being respectful and asking this woman questions. All he's doing is asking her questions and letting her talk.
The father.
He's not in his life.
I didn't ask that. I said, where's the father?
Well, he's not like in it like I would like him to be.
All right, so let me go ahead and take this down, ma'am. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about have options. And typically I don't want to deal with women who have 13-year-old sons, who are used to dating men. This doesn't sound appealing to the kind of man you're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking once I...
Okay. I don't think she fully understands the concept of what he's saying, because people who say that they understand something, it's just, yeah, I get it. I feel what you're saying. And it's not, yeah, but this, and this. So now she's trying to challenge, I guess, what he just told her. She didn't really absorb what he said. It went in one ear and out the other.
Start looking sexual with you that
I can't change men.
I know, but I can approve myself, and I feel like I have a lot to offer to those type of men.
Oh, okay, but see, you should have stopped right there. I just told you I cannot change men, and you said once I book a session with you, I'm not a miracle worker. I'm telling you what they want, and you're still saying, yeah, but I want them. They don't want you.
But I have been working on myself this year, and
and he's not saying this out of militia. He's saying this out of the results, the outcome. She does not have what she's seeking and what she wants. That's why she's on here. But he's giving her the hard truth of they're not looking for the type of woman that you are and what you have told me. Because Kevin is the type of guy who talks to high value, wealthy men on a daily basis. So it's not like he's just saying this anecdotally, or he's just saying it like he don't know. Kevin does a lot of research. So he's giving you his perspective from the hundreds of, probably thousands of men he's talked to that are of a decent level. So he's giving her valid information right now, and she doesn't want to hear it.
Okay, ma'am, but okay. 35, 13-year-old son with a sketchy father. Why would a man who's in the top 10% of earners, who women across the country want that?
Legitimate question.
Because I have a lot to offer. I feel like.
Would you want your son to, if you had a son making that kind of money, would you want him to bring home a woman who had a 13-year-old son from a sketchy father? Or would you prefer him to get a woman who had no children, was younger, and easier to get on his program?
Depending on his age.
She couldn't keep it real. She couldn't be honest and just say, no, I would not want that for my son, even though we all know nobody wants that for their son. Everybody wants the best for their son. We don't want our sons to have to take on a burden, in a sense. That's an unnecessary burden that he doesn't have to take on. So she couldn't keep it real in the situation. He basically put it out there very simple, and she couldn't keep it real. Kevin likes to, he's really smart with how he, the way he asks his questions. See, he put it in a perspective of, okay, now let's switch it to your son. If you had a son, would you want him to pursue basically a woman that is in a situation similar to you, with a child out of wedlock, sketchy baby daddy, all of these things? Would you want that for your son? Simple question, and she couldn't keep it 100. So now he's finna dig a little deeper.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This goes so deep for black women. They will even, should have been an easy question. No, I would not want my son to bring, I want the best for my son. That should have been the appropriate answer.
Because he's thinking about the kids. It ain't about you, it's about the kids.
That's why I sat up. That is bullshit. You should want the best for your son.
Oh, he cursed. He said that's BS. Oh my gosh, Kevin's so mean.
Of course.
But this is, and are you thinking?
If he brought home a woman, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. But
no, you're not. That's the problem. You all think you're the exception to the rule, but your life has proven to you that you're not.
Cold hard truth.
My love life is not that good. I agree with you.
That's my point, and ma'am, and that's my.
And she just agreed with him that her love life is not where she wants it to be. So he's not saying anything that's not factual. He's on point, and she agreed.
My point. You ladies all feel like, listen. You ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level. that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, like he said, he's trying to be polite. He's trying to be very polite, and he's giving it to you very directly. He's already broken it down as simple as you can break it down to a person. But sometimes people don't want to hear and don't want to listen. So he's going to have to keep trying to explain this to her because she's just going in one ear and out the other.
Did you hear what I said?
No, she didn't.
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so what is
Go ahead.
And you got to understand, this is a frustrating thing to sit here and try to explain this to somebody who doesn't want. She called him out of subject of the night, and she's being difficult and not trying to hear what he's telling her. He already don't even want to talk to her about this, but he was being nice enough to give her the opportunity to talk about what she wanted to talk about, and then now she's giving him a hard time because she don't want to listen to the advice that she called in for.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat him off with a stick.
So she just made a false statement and he countered it.
That's another one you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
We can see you.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10?
He asked her that because clearly she's in her ego. Talk about a woman like me. Okay, well, let's just see where you rank yourself since you're talking so highly right now. So this is where it gets very interesting. All he simply asked her is to rank herself because she obviously thinks very highly of herself. Simple question. Rank yourself between this and this. And there's nothing wrong with ranking because in the real world, that's what people do. Anytime you go outside and you see somebody, you're judging them, how they look, how they speak, how they talk, especially in the dating world. If you're in the dating market, there's going to be some judging and ranking. That's just how human nature works. So for us to act like that's not what we do as humans is ridiculous. And, oh, he shouldn't even be asking her for her ranking and da-da-da-da-da. He's just highlighting what we already know is truthful in society and how people are.
Cannot use 7.
When I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay.
She gave herself a 5 or a 6. What is half of 10? 5 or a 6. So therefore, that's average. If you yourself said that you're a 5, that's average if we're talking out of 10. So she just admitted that she's average, basically, by saying that she's a 5 or a 6. Because we all know that half of perfect is average.
How tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women.
And she just agreed, yes. So he's going to break it down to her very simply and respectfully.
Tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
And that's a factual statement. He said tend to. He didn't say every time, always. But on average, it's like that.
So,
Did you, I mean, stop right there. Stop right there.
Look at her trying to, everything he's telling her, she's constantly trying to basically do mental gymnastics in her mind to try to figure out how she can match what he's saying rather than just listening to what he's saying. Because he's giving her valid, feedback. He's giving her good feedback. This is actually good advice that he's telling her. He's breaking her delusion. He's teaching her that she's in a state of delusion.
Right there, breathe and digest. You're 35 years old, and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up.
Prime example, LeBron James. His wife is not a supermodel, or or you could even say a 10, a 9, or 8. I believe her name is Savannah, I want to say, but he's been with her since high school. So it basically correlates with what he's saying. Like, more often, you're not going to see a high earning man with an average looking woman unless she was with him from day one. Most of the time, if she wasn't there from the start, that high earning man is probably going to have a really beautiful woman because that's what he qualifies for.
But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But you
see, oh man, why did she take it there? But my body, look, it's more than that. It's more than that, shorty. You tweaking. He's trying to be nice. It's not all about the body. Your body may be decent, but you yourself said your face is average. Okay, so that's all that matters. That's what most high success, they're looking for, how pretty you are. Like, the body comes, that's pretty much secondary for most men, So.
Please don't make me say it.
Say what?
He's trying so hard to just be patient with this woman, and he's been respectful this whole time.
I really just wanted some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it.
Right. He said he's giving you the advice. He said it at least 10 times what he's trying to get you to understand, but you don't want to take it in and take it. You don't.
The advice is, man, you're average looking at best.
It's the truth.
I'm taking it in.
So is he wrong for telling her the truth, which she already admitted herself that she was average? Like, is it wrong for just reiterating that to her so she can fully understand? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because there isn't.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay.
Let's break it down one more time.
Average looking women. Average looking woman who's older.
She ain't even listening.
Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't.
It's not appealing. He's going to say you don't qualify because you do not qualify for what you think you qualify for. He just broke this thing down in the last 15 minutes of why you don't qualify. So I'm not trying to hear that, oh, he's wrong and all of this and da-da-da-da-da. He literally broke it down step by step and even got her to admit that she was average.
Don't qualify for one. And you're making, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Great question.
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he.
And when he does the little slapping sound, it ain't no domestic violence garbage that you people be trying to like create this narrative. Oh, he's simulating smacking a woman. No, it's not. It's just a part of the show. It's basically saying like, you sound stupid. Think about what you just said. You sound crazy. It's not him physically manipulating it and making it seem like he's promoting domestic violence. I seen somebody trying to say that or something. Like, it's just, come on now.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, man. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone.
And let's break that down. What do you mean? What does he mean? You're gonna die alone? He means that you're gonna die without a husband. Simple. Because your standards are so high that you don't think that the men who you actually are in your tax bracket are actually in your marketplace value, basically the average man, the 5 or the 6 that you admitted that you are, you're not willing to settle for that. So therefore, you're going to have a hard time finding you a man later. You're already 35, so it's going to be harder for you to find a man the longer you keep up this, I don't want to talk to no guys that are on my level because I feel that they want to this, and this. No, there are good average men out here that will be with you that aren't trying to get in on your business and all of this stuff that you're talking about. You're basically disrespecting the blue collar guy and saying that he's not good enough for you, and you're basically a blue collar woman. Like you don't own a real Fortune 500 business. You're not Bill Gates's secretary. You're average doing average things, but you want somebody who's above average, and you don't qualify for that because you have things that you got going on that just make you not appealing to a man who's on that level. It's quite simple. And when he says that you're going to die alone, yes, you can die alone because that's the truth of the matter. You will die alone if you keep up this same attitude and ego that you have. You're going to die without having a husband. It's simple. And it's not a bad thing to say. It's just reality. He's giving you a dose of reality of what is a possibility of what happens to women who have your mind state. Point blank, period. He's not wishing death on anybody. He's saying the truth. You will die alone if you keep this same attitude. And dying alone means you won't have a significant other there when you pass away. Okay? Simple.
Straight up. Because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, man, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina.
So it's inflated her.
But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities.
And that's a factual statement. Look at her. She can't even look him in the, she knows it's the truth. But there's nothing wrong with that. You need this. You need this truth. You need to hear it because ain't nobody giving it up like this. Everybody's telling you that you're perfect and you're great and you're this and you're that. This is the truth. This is not pandering here. This is like a father figure telling his daughter that you're tweaking right now.
And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money. It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids.
Facts. Now, an average man might not feel that way. He's not representing the average man. He's representing the high value, successful, wealthy man. He's not speaking from the eyes of an average man. No, he's speaking from the eyes of a wealthy man. And he's telling you what men on his level actually look for. If you want what you're trying to say that you want, why don't you just get you an average man? That's the whole point of this.
And you're average.
She don't want to hear that. Even though she admitted it.
And your reality of your life has showed you that.
Great.
You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you. See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people.
Yes.
You're an average person.
And what's wrong with him saying that? What's wrong with him saying that? Nothing.
Real, you're not running Microsoft. You had a pet grooming business.
And that's the truth. He's not belittling her. He's speaking facts. You have a pet grooming business. Yeah, it's your own business, but don't put yourself in the ego of a Fortune 500 CEO. Your ego is on the level of Microsoft and Amazon. Like, yeah, I run Amazon. You got Jeff Bezos energy, man. And you're not Jeff Bezos. Humble yourself, young lady.
You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay.
That's good, but come on.
But if I'm looking at you, but if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair What do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same.
And that's a legitimate
No, you
question.
don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
True.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
Now he doubled down. He made a statement. She said what? He made the statement again. He doubled down. That means he really believes what he's saying. And it's not to be mean. It's just to get the point across. If you did look as beautiful as you did without all the makeup and stuff, you wouldn't have to wear it. And he's just making a simple point. It's not to bring her down or anything. It's just to bring her back to reality.
So, what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because listen to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy.
And he recommended therapy. Oh my God, he's so mean. He recommended her to go to therapy to work on herself. What an evil Kevin Samuels. What an evil man.
People think most of us in the black community need therapy, but you're not dealing with reality. I asked you about your child's father, and you couldn't answer me. But it doesn't sound like you're too proud of him. What kind of student is your child?
He's an A student.
Does he have any behavioral problems?
No, he actually got a YouTube channel, and he's trying.
Don't need no. But where is it? But his daddy is still. If his daddy is alive, does he have a relationship with his father?
Yeah, he does.
Then what's your issue with him?
We're almost done here, but now Kevin is basically trying to figure out what's the problem with you and the person that you had a child with. Why do you feel that you have to go searching for a high value man and all of this? What's your issue with the person you bared a child with? Why are you not with him? Legitimate question.
He's not business minded like my father and my uncle. And
then why did you choose to make a baby with him before you got married?
Young and dumb. I was 16.
Exactly, and that cost. See?
Yeah, it is called accountability. It's the same thing as having a felony. Like, yeah, you served your time or whatever, but you have a mark on you now. It's like when a woman has a child, it's like, okay, yeah, we understand your situation out of wedlock or whatever, but it's like having a mark on your record. That's all it is. It's like she has a mark on her record. Yeah, we understand you were young or whatever. Cool. We'll let you get that one. But understand there's certain things that come with that. You just can't just act like it never happened, like a felony. Like, oh yeah, that never happened. No, that actually matters. So certain men take that into accountability. And you as a woman have to take accountability for allowing yourself to get pregnant by somebody that you obviously don't see very highly of. You don't speak very highly of him. But you did enough to have his child.
Yeah. That young and dumb shit, let me stop you right here. That young and dumb shit you black women throw out as if it's supposed to get... Listen and listen well, women. Young and dumb is not a get out of jail free card. It doesn't go woof and change the fact.
And we as men understand that. We know that if we do something out here, it sticks. There ain't nothing to really... We're not going to sit up here and act like, oh yeah, that never happened. And no, we understand that what we do, we have to be accountable for. Most men understand that.
Still have to carry that consequence. And men are not rushing up to be stepfathers to 13-year-olds.
No, I won't say no, but come on now, let's be real. Why would a rich man who got everything going for him, why would he need to be with a woman that's a little older with a child that he has to be concerned about when he can just date a woman that doesn't have a child and he doesn't have to worry about none of that stuff? When you are a high value man and you got the world in your hands, you have options to do what you want. So come on now.
What would be better is if you honestly sat down and asked yourself, what value can I bring to a man?
And I know that what I can.
Well, all right. What value? What is it?
What is it? I can help him with it.
And all he's doing is challenging the statements that she's making. She made a statement. He's just challenging it. So let's see what her response is.
Business. I'm very business minded on the end of helping organize.
She's talking about her business. Look, we don't, look. A man who's successful, he not concerned about your business. He's not concerned about you joining his business and making it a power couple or whatever. You talking about what you bring to the table, and the first thing you talking about is your business and your money. Like, come on, man.
And I plant into planting my own garden, so
that's nice. But most men don't care.
I'm into improving my elegance with just self-improvement and
that has nothing
working
to do
on
with
myself.
what a man wants.
Man, at 35 years old, here's what you told me. I can help him with his business. Do respect, man. And I mean no disrespect, but 20 to 30% of people own businesses. What about the 70 to 80% of men who don't own them? That means that doesn't matter. That means nothing to the average man. Then the next thing you said, I can plant. Ma'am, that means nothing to most people because we go to grocery stores. Then you say self-improvement. I gave you a shot at saying what you have to offer to men, and you said nothing that we value.
What do you value? What do you
book a session. I'm not doing this. Nope. I'm done. I've tried to go around.
Yep.
This has happened.
He's reached his limit. He's done with her.
The older you ladies get, the more you get set in your ways. Book a session because I don't want to do this in public,
She's
man.
older and
stubborn.
Because
you seem like a sweet woman, but you don't. But you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
I'm not being. Don't tell me I'm being mean.
He has not been mean this whole. What? Are you serious, ma'am? He's been very direct, very honest, very real with you. He has not been mean. I just broke down this whole video. He was very respectful. Nothing was mean about what he said. Now, if you were a man and you're being very respectful to a woman and you're being honest, and then now she's telling you you're being mean, that's a triggering statement. Okay? Now you're trying to paint me out to be this person that I'm not when I'm clearly trying to help you. Now you're going to play the victim role when I'm trying to help you. So now that upset him. And it's very understandable for why he's upset. I'd be upset too. I think everybody would be upset at this point, trying to be very patient with this woman.
Well, I'm about to be mean. I get tired of you broads telling me I'm being mean.
Yes, he said broads. Like, come on now. He didn't say the B word. That's the closest B word you're going to get. So you better be happy he kept it that respectful.
You cannot handle the goddamn truth. You called my show on a day that you ain't even supposed to be here. And I honored the call and sat here and tried to help you. And I'm telling me I'm being mean. Get the fuck out of my phone.
Right. Get off his phone.
Tired of y'all doing this shit.
She thinks it's a game. She laughing. Because, you know, a lot of women don't really take a lot of stuff serious, especially a man's platform, his business, everything he got going on. She thinks it's a joke. But everything, as you can clearly see, like, he was very respectful. He did everything he could to explain to this woman. The woman wasn't trying to hear it. Yeah, he blew up at the end slightly, but come on now. We just broke down why. It was quite obvious. She was out of line. She was wrong. And he put her in her place very respectfully. I mean, I can't believe people can look at this video and say that, like, he was bad in any type of way or, like, he was disrespectful. Like, we literally just broke it down piece by piece. And that's why I'm here, to put a different light on these situations and bring some reality to this. Like, let's be real. He wasn't mean. He wasn't demeaning. He wasn't anything. He told her she was average because she's average, and she admitted it herself. People rank people in the dating market. It's about judging. Why do you think people go out here and dress up and look nice when they go outside? Why do you think that? Because your image matters. You understand the concept that people are going to judge you when you step out. So you don't come outside looking any type of way. So for people to be like, oh, who is he to judge? And first of all, he didn't judge anything. He asked her, what does she rank herself? Because we have to be realistic and understand that there is a ranking system out here. And all Kevin is doing, or all Kevin did, was highlight reality. Highlight what we already do as humans and what's going on in the real world. But people can't take that and they want to act like it's not going on, and it's taboo to speak on these type of things. And especially because he's a black man speaking on these type of things. People feel like he shouldn't even be opinionated to even speak on these type of things. But yeah, this is average at best, the average at best breakdown of how he wasn't disrespectful. And This is just one video of many videos where they try to spin his words and show you little clips and not show you the whole video in full context. I just gave you the video in full context, so there's really no debate about him being misogynistic or anything, because he displayed none of that in this video and was very respectful and very patient with this woman. More patience than most men would have with women. So yeah, this is Average at Best Breakdown. We out.
I'm addicted to